What's happening, everyone? It's your boy Drift. Welcome to Drifty TV and welcome to Drifty'S review. It's a review with a bit of a twist today because I'm going to be showing a few fan reaction videos, which I'm going to start integrating into all of these videos. And the links to everybody's video who I show will be in the description. Make sure you go and show them some love. Um, but yeah, it's crazy, people. It's absolutely crazy. I'm still buzzing. I'm still. Don't get me wrong. Today's result in the Manchester derby has knocked me back just a little bit because for about 45 minutes we had a tiny little bit of hope. Deep down, you knew. I even put a tweet out and I said once they equalised, they'd gone and win 3-1, which they literally did. So I got that one spot, and that one was inevitable. But while it was 1-0 Man United, you're just sitting there and you're hoping and you're just thinking, could this be? But nah, at the end of the day, we know Man United aren't good enough. And it is what it is. But I am still buzzing off of yesterday because thank God we got our win. Over to Arsenal now, who play tomorrow, obviously, away at Sheffield, but they'll win that game easy. Probably by 3 or 4 goals themselves. They've been smashing in goals recently, and Sheffield United are really poor. Like they do just come to kick. The only thing Arsenal need to worry about in that game is getting an injury because Sheffield are at home and they are violent. So that's what Arsenal I'd be worried about as an Arsenal fan playing Man City. Not whether they can win the game or not. They'll absolutely batter them. Um, but yeah, yesterday's game, man, it was frustrating for large parts, but in the end, Nunez and McAllister both come up with the absolute goods. We spoke about it in the match reaction yesterday, the players who played well, the players who didn't. So I'm not going to go into that too much. Cody did have a really, really poor game, and I'm a little bit worried about his form. I'm not worried about him as a player, not even remotely, not even in the slightest worried about him as a player. But his form, I'm definitely worried about because while we got all these injuries, we need him to find some form. We really do. I know he scored a few goals, but he's got to find some form while the rest of them are out. Obviously, hopefully Nunez is back for good now. And you saw the difference when Nunez came on from Gakpo, the pressing, the intensity, all that stuff. Like that's what Gakpo's got to get into his game. I don't know if it is a Dutch way of playing. I don't know if it was playing in the Dutch league, but Cody and Gravenberch are two players in our team, coincidentally, who are both Dutch, who both came from the Dutch league. That's why I mentioned that before. That play a very graceful, casual way and a casual pace about the game. And in the Premier League, that ain't going to run, especially not for Klopp. And Gravenberch, to his credit, does seem to have got a little bit of dog in him in the last few weeks. But Cody's been here for a year now, and he still doesn't quite seem like he's got that dog in him. There was a moment yesterday when he picked the ball up after getting gripped up and fouled, and the ref played advantage, and he was brilliant, shoulder strength and his power, determination. But then he blasted it over. Actually, that might not even have been the Nottingham Forest game. That might have actually been wasn't it? That was a cup game. That was a Southampton game a few days earlier. So he does have a little bit of aggression in him, which is the reason I'm bringing that point up. But just not enough. Not enough for the press, and yeah, he's got to try and pick that up. But McAllister, that boy, this is the reason why I wanted him over most, because this guy is so good. Um, we actually robbed Brighton, only paying 30 odd mil. Absolutely robbed them. Crazy. That was all we paid. Crazy. This guy's £100 million midfielder. End of. You can argue with me all you want if you don't agree, but I've seen the market. Yeah, and there are players way worse going for way more. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Caicedo went for 115. And this isn't to knock Caicedo. You telling me McAllister's not a better player than Caicedo? I know they play slightly different roles in the team, but look, they played next to each other last season. Okay. They were both just as good of a reason why Brighton did well. But anyway, we got the win and we needed it. Eardrums burst, neighbours probably complaining. Poor missus, I woke her up. She was sleeping. She didn't feel well. Nearly gave her a heart attack. I'm never laughing because it's funny, because it wasn't, because she ain't well. But Yeah. I couldn't control myself. Oh man, I couldn't control myself. Oh man, a big up Paul if you haven't seen Redman celebration. That was all of us. And the crazy thing is that I can't remember which goal it was a week ago or so. Viewers in the comments, let me know if it was you were saying that I turned into Mar from Home Alone. And then what's crazy is yesterday Paul did the exact same scream that I did. And then people put that on his one as well. So Liverpool just all got us turning into Mar from Home Alone out here. If you know, you know. Um, so yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And now we got a 4-day break because the Sunday's the day off. Actually, well, no, a 4-day gap, should I say, between games because we play on Thursday. So the biggest gap we've had between games in the last however many weeks with all these injuries. So hopefully that little extra break can help the players, man, because they need it. They've been absolutely run into the ground. I'm gonna shout out Dan's as well, man, and young Bobby, man. Them two both played yesterday as well. I thought Dan's was an absolute menace when he came on. Could have possibly won a penalty as well. And Clark debut Premier League start, and I think he did really well. Seeing throwing in nutmegs and all sorts. Telling you people, invest in them Bobby Clark stocks because when we have that tune, that dub plate released, and when he starts to reach the top, you don't want to be a Jack Sparrow and jump on them. Invest in them stocks right now. And then on to today's game. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Man City, for the most part, for the possession and the control of the game, absolutely battered Man United and deserved the win. But Man United looked like they were going to do what they did when they came to Anfield. And this is what's so frustrating, that we didn't just have that one little extra bit of class during that game, especially when Trent's one just went wide, when his shot just went wide after that brilliant move, to just win that game, because we should have never dropped points against Man United at home. If you drop points at Old Trafford, that's a whole different ball game. It's a totally different scenario within the Derby complex. But at your ground, the way City were at home today, you have to beat Man United. Credit to them, City got the job done. They absolutely got the job done. So I'm just going to run through a couple of, like, the difference of the emotions between the game, between how this game went as a Man United fan is crazy. So Rashford, first of all, I asked you, I mean, you could have done way more, but I guess to an extent you answered. I said I wanted to cash in those Rashford chips. I wish he could have got 2, and he should have. Dive into the floor when he was through, when Kyle Walker was chasing him, trying to win a free kick to get Kyle Walker sent off, or whatever the reason was. Why, bro? Even if you were tired, shield the ball, and then Walker might go through the back of you and take you out, and then the referee's got a decision to make. What are you doing, Rashy, man? Seriously, bruv. But half the chips got cashed in. He scores an absolute worldie, and Man United went mad. Hey, tell me he isn't all of us. Tell me that wasn't how everybody reacted yesterday when Origi scored that. Origi, fucking hell, my boy Origi. When Nunez scored that goal. Tell me that isn't the reason why I woke the missus up and nearly gave her a heart attack. Tell me that isn't all of us when we know our players just hit a worldie into the top bins. Unbelievable reactions. That is pure football joy at its best. I fucking love it. Absolutely love it. There's people who don't watch football that are going to say that he's doing it for the cameras or he's exaggerating. And I can neither confirm nor deny if that's true because I'm not him. But I can tell you what, when the cameras are off, we've all acted that same way. So I'm going to believe him until proven otherwise, because that was raw emotion. That's that feeling you get. And again, people won't get it. They just won't get it. But Man United kept on knocking on, Man City kept on knocking on the door. They kept on knocking on United's door. And in the end, they got through. Another worldie from Foden, who's proper stepped up. fair play to the kid. Biggest talent to come out of England in the last decade. That was always what we knew, but he didn't quite ever live up to it, so to speak, in terms of grabbing the ball by the horns and being that main guy. And I'll be honest with you, Haaland and De Bruyne are both playing at the moment, and I still say Foden's their best player. I think this season, Phil Foden has been by a country mile their best player. You could throw in one or two of the defensive players, like maybe Rodri or Edison, who've both been really, really good for City this season. And obviously Haaland has got a lot of goals, but I think it's got to be Phil Foden. I think Foden is the key to City winning the title at the moment. I do. I think if Phil Foden wasn't playing the way he's playing, then I don't think they would have beat Brentford. I don't think they would have beat Everton. They wouldn't have beat Man United today. I don't think there's a lot of points that they would have dropped through getting draws or defeats in the last few months if Foden wasn't balling out the way he is. So fair play to the kid. I mean, I think his second goal was absolute dog shit from Onana. He's not to blame because the whole United team got cut apart, but he's got to say that. He got his hand to it. And he was playing well in the game. He was actually making good saves. He was doing all right. Onana was doing all right. And then he lets that in. I'm just like, oh my days, what a dead goalkeeper. And then you just, from one extreme to another.
야, 뭐해?
We've all done that walk around the room. We've all done that walk around the room. Pain.
무슨 아니 골 먹힌 거는 민수가 잘해서 아니 이딴 식으로 처먹히고 있어. No! Foden, you bowhead cutting little twat bag, rat scally twat prick. He's put it in the back of the net, mate. He's done the brace. It's 2-1 to for sake, mate. No, you absolute fucking puddings, mate. What the
The tools are out. Jesus, the tools are out.
Sticked up by the officials. These wanky piss broadcastastic official pricks, mate. They're absolute scummers.
And just like that, Man United are in the cauldron and City go on and win the game. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. And I mean, the third goal, people. I remember a very long conversation I had with my KOP-ISH community during the summertime, with them telling me that Amrabat was that guy. I also remember having another argument with the same people when I said I would much rather that we bought Endo than Amrabat. When the whole thing was going on, when Amrabat finally went Man United, and there were Liverpool fans that were saying, how did we let Man United get Amrabat while we're over here buying Endo? And at that point, Endo hadn't even started to perform well, but I still knew I had more faith in him coming good than Amrabat. And the receipts are there, the tapes are there. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to Amrabat here, but he's not good. He's World Cup hype. That is the definition of World Cup hype. I told you, look, there's a reason no one else gave a damn about him. And he only ended up going on loan. He's not good. He's a very basic, not top level midfielder. He would have been nowhere near Liverpool level. Nowhere near Liverpool level. And that is the reason why Klopp didn't go through. So you lot all argued with me. Even Saeed agrees with me.
And then the third goal. Today, Amrabat, khalas. Me and you are finished, my friend. That guy should not be signed by this effing football club, yeah? Get this guy gone, mate, and back to Fiorentina, yeah? Fiorentina! He must stay there. Fiorentina, stay there, mate. You've come on a football pitch, yeah, and you're dancing around the edge of your box. Are you fucking stupid? The fuck is that, man? Seriously, you just come on a football pitch, your mind is fresh, and you're dancing around in the fucking edge of the box. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
And that's a Man United man. It's my boy Saeed there. That's a Man United fan agreeing with me. Amrabat is not that guy. He's not. And what the hell was he doing? And then Man City comfortably win the game. So yeah, back to 1 point behind us, over to Arsenal tomorrow. They'll smash up Sheffield United, and then next week is the big one. Just going to run through the other results, obviously, because in Drifty'S review, I just quickly covered it. Now, I've only seen the highlights of the other games. Been a busy weekend. A lot of them are 3 o'clock games, so they're playing at the same time Liverpool's playing anyway. Bournemouth beat Burnley 2-0. Justin Kluivert scoring a goal his dad would have been proud of. Brilliant performance from him, from what it seems. And Burnley. Are Burnley arguably the worst team to ever be in the Premier League? I think Derby, that season they only got 11 points, is the only team that I can kind of compare to Burnley. I know Sheffield United are right down at the bottom as well, so they could go into this conversation, but Burnley are terrible. And their manager is good. Their football last season was excellent. And it's weird how they haven't been able to quite translate into the Premier League. Not to be all up mid-table or fighting for anything or anything like that, but to at least comfortably be not in a relegation battle. You would have thought Burnley would have probably finished somewhere around maybe 17th to 15th, probably somewhere in there, to 14th to 17th. You'd have probably thought Burnley would have finished somewhere in there based on how they played last season. Wow, how much it has not gone that way. Madness. Luton coming back from 2-0 down against Villa after Villa take a 2-0 lead, but Villa end up getting the win. Digne with a winner. Looked like a brilliant game. That looked like a really enjoyable game. And Luton at home, man, they're no joke. That is a very, very good result from Aston Villa. Very good result. It's very difficult to beat Luton. Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal have all struggled at Luton, even though, Liverpool's the only one who didn't get the win in the end. It was still a very difficult game. They are a good team at home, Luton, and they're giving it a good go, and kudos to them, man. I'm actually proud of them. I don't mean that condescendingly. I'm actually proud of Luton, man. They are doing their thing. And I kind of want them to stay up, if I'm being honest. I'm not really taking any sides in this relegation battle, but I do want Luton to stay up. That's an absolute fairy tale story if Luton stay up. But obviously, Villa getting the win in the end. Everton absolutely moved to by West Ham at home. Obviously, there was 2 late goals to secure it, but generally speaking, I do think West Ham were a better team. Some absolute stinkers from the Everton forwards, including a penalty miss. Well taken header, but generally speaking, Everton didn't really do much. And yeah, West Ham ran out winners, and West Ham turned the corner a little bit. That's 2 wins in a row. I think that's 7 goals they've scored in them 2 games after a really, really poor run of form, which why couldn't they have fixed up a little bit sooner, because didn't they play Man City or Arsenal the other day and get absolutely beat up? But yeah, fair play to West Ham, and they get a 3-1 win, and Everton are right in it. And Fulham beat up Brighton. I told people don't sleep on Fulham at home. This is going to sound stupid because Fulham have played Arsenal recently at home. But I wish Arsenal and Man City, like right now, the form Fulham are in, had to go to the cottage because they might drop some points. Fulham at home, man, they're just unpredictable, and they're good at home. They really are. So kudos to them, man. Absolutely put a hurting on Brighton. Some good goals in that game as well. So fair play to them. Newcastle absolutely putting a hurting on Wolves. I didn't know who was going to win this game, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think this was a game of like, you really have no idea who's going to win this game. Livramento getting the final goal to properly seal it. Isak with the first goal. Bit of a jammy goal from the ex-Evertonian for the second goal. I can't remember his name. The diver, we'll call him. But overall, Newcastle well-deserved home winners. And that's Wolves. Wolves can be brilliant and bad. Newcastle can be brilliant and bad. You don't know what you're going to get from either of those 2 teams. Crazy, isn't it? And saving the best till last. Chelsea! 2-2 draw with Brentford. Now, don't get me wrong, Brentford away is a difficult game, so Chelsea knew that they were in for one. So I don't even necessarily think this is a shock or a poor result because they didn't lose it. Brentford are good at home, even though they're in poor form. We all know what Brentford could do at home. And Whistle with a bicycle, scissor kick, whatever you call it, beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, what more can we say about Chelsea? Huh? Oh no, man. But look, all jokes aside, a 2-2 draw at Brentford is possible for any of the teams. So it is what it is. Jackson did score a good header though. He did, after missing a sitter. He missed a sitter and then he scored a good goal, good header. But look, it's been an absolutely unbelievable weekend. It really has. Big up to the fan channels I used in the clips. Make sure you go and show your love to them and subscribe to them. I'll put the link in the description for those videos. And it's been a really good weekend, other than the fact that, like, I wish a couple of the results have been different. But, like, generally speaking, entertainment-wise, goals. It's been a brilliant weekend, and this is why we love the Premier League. So it's been your boy Drift. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'm on the road to 2K. Please get me to 2K as soon as possible, people. And don't forget to hit that like button. That is the all-important metrics to get the video recommended to other people, to bring in new viewers. So please do remember to smash that like button for me, people. And another week where we have to continue with this squad ravaged full of injuries.
Digging deep.
We're digging deep, man. We're digging deep. We're doing things we shouldn't have done. 4 wins in 11 days is crazy. But we're on to the next one. People, I'm out of here. Peace.